Hi guys, Carolina here again today. This week we have a special challenge for you. Instead of a flow or a gentle stretch, you are going to be challenged to try out a yoga pose, a challenge pose, or a party pose, as I like to call it. So today's party pose challenge is going to be crow pose. Depending on your skill with crow, you might need some supports, especially if you're doing this at home, like on a hard floor where you might be nervous about falling forward. So I'm going to show different modifications using 3 ab mats or using a smaller block. It doesn't need to be anything exactly like this. If you have like 1 or 2 pillows that you have around and maybe something a little bit sturdier that you might be able to put your weight on, those things will be able to replace these items. So get your materials, get your supplies, and let's get crowing. So before we start crow, you want to make sure that your wrists are warmed up and you don't have any sort of pain or pressure in your wrists. So I just recommend doing a couple of wrist circles in and out before you begin. And then reverse the order. Then stretch your wrists back. And then the top part of the wrist by just gently pulling your fingers towards you. Very gentle here though. Okay. So I'm going to start crow with 3 ab mats, and again this could be 1 or 2 large pillows depending on also your height and your arm length. Something where it's high enough that you can fall into it without falling too far if you do fall out of crow, but not so high that you don't have the ability to pick your head up off the ground. If you have these mats too high up, you're not even going to be able to attempt getting into crow on your own. So I'm going to take these 3 ab mats, and again, depending on how tall you are and on your arm length, you might need to modify this. But I'm going to start with my hands flat on the ground, my feet near each other, and I'm going to bring my knees up on the back of my triceps here, above the elbow. So you want to go above the elbow. The closer to the elbow you are, the easier it is for beginners. The higher up, the harder. So just me naturally, the way that it lands, it's kind of like in the middle of my tricep, but you might go a little bit more towards the elbow, but not on the elbow. So I'm wearing a long sleeve just kind of pushed up. This is okay for me. Some people do better if they have no sleeves at all and the knee can grip on the skin on the tricep. Some people slip that way or they get bruises that way. So you're going to kind of see what works best for you. So I'm going to have my hands flat on the ground, my feet somewhat close together, my knees out. I'm going to lift and then place my knees on my triceps. And then this is where you might need some placement. You want to place the ab mats or the pillows or whatever it is so that it's right in front of where your face would fall if you do fall. And then if you're really nervous, just tilt forward and let yourself fall right into it and then tilt back. Okay. So this step right here is for somebody who's really nervous about crow and really nervous about falling forward, just so that you get the sensation of it's okay to lean forward a little bit, you have something there to catch you, and you start learning how to use your abs and how to use your hands as brakes in order to balance. So again, hands flat on the floor, feet close by together, knees out, up, place them, and then just gently fall forward. And as you fall forward, pick your feet up, and then fall back. And then do that a couple more times really slowly, seeing if you can catch yourself in the air before falling forward and touching the mats. Right, and it might be really gentle. You might touch the mats and then kind of push back up a little bit and down. So try that a few times. You can pause the video, try that a couple times with the higher, higher amount of support. And then we're going to remove a little bit of the support for the next round. So once you're ready, remove one piece of the support. That could be one pillow. That could be, if you have a pillow, you could flatten it a little bit. And you're going to do the same thing. Hands flat on the ground, feet together, knees open and out, up, and tilt forward. And if you can catch yourself, just lift your feet So the pillow right there is just for my sense of safety. It's like my safety net. Okay, and come back. If you need to fall forward first and feel that it's there so that you feel comfortable, you could do that and come back. Okay, and I'm using my hands mainly as the brakes. You're gonna feel it when you put pressure on your fingertips versus on the heel of your hand. It's gonna help you move forward and back. You wanna keep the core tight the whole time. So again, hands flat, feet together, knees up on the triceps, and I'm gonna slowly lean forward. And down. Try that a couple times, and then you will try it with no support at all. Another thing that you can do is you can use something to help pick your feet up. So some people have no problem with feeling like they're going to fall forward, but they actually can't get themselves elevated enough. So I recommend doing this part with a little bit of support just to start, because you don't want to over elevate yourself. So whatever it is that you can put your weight on, you're going to put it back here, and you're actually going to put both of your feet together on that, and that's going to help pick your feet up a little bit for you in the start so that you can get enough tilt forward to really balance. So it's the same position. So I'm putting my 2 feet together on this block. My knees are open wide, hands flat, knees up. Place them on my triceps. Now I'm a little bit higher than I would have been without them, but it's going to give me that elevation. And now I can practice going forward. Here I'll have to really actively lift one foot off the support. You can practice lifting one foot, then the other, and then see if you can lift one foot and meet the other. And down. So for that one, if you're somebody who needs that support and that help getting your feet up, you might do a combination of the first 2 drills that I showed you. You might use this to help get your feet up, and you might use 3 pillows or 2 big pillows to help you feel safe as you go forward. And then little by little, you're going to remove one, let this lift you up. Maybe then you remove this. See if you can lift your own feet up. So it's going to be a little bit of a balance back and forth. It depends on your personal comfort with this kind of thing, but it also just depends on your dimensions. Some people have an easier time getting themselves up. Some people they need a little bit of help in the beginning. So just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Pause, give your triceps a break, and then practice some more. I hope you guys had fun trying out crow and the different variations, and I hope that you felt like you really got somewhere with it. I know sometimes we're a little nervous to try something like that if we haven't been able to do it before, or if we've failed at it before, had a nice big face plant. But I assure you, if you keep practicing just a couple minutes a day, you'll definitely get there. So I would love to see your videos. I would love for you guys to share your videos, tag us, and check out the rest of our videos on our YouTube channel. Hit like and subscribe. See you later.